guys, welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, my name is Lizbeth and I share my love for easy beauty and my personal style. And today we are talking about Botox. Preventative Botox, baby Botox, whatever you call it. I'm talking about Botox, and I thought it'd be really interesting to share my journey because I find there to be a bit of a stigma or a bad connotation with Botox. I remember when I was younger and always thought about the evil stepmom in A Cinderella Story, the Hilary Duff version.
I am very, 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 very upset about this.
You don't look upset.
It's the Botox. I can't show emotion for another hour and a half.
Well, I want to kind of be that voice and that face for you babes to share that Botox doesn't have to be like this really stiff, doll-like face. You don't have to look like an older lady trying to be young. There is definitely a variety of people that get Botox, and I am one of them. I've done it 3 times already, and I wanted to share my journey because I felt more comfortable talking about it. Don't get me wrong, the first time I did it, I was really apprehensive, really nervous. I thought it was going to completely alter and change my face. I knew it didn't because my mom used to get it. She's been getting it since I was like 13, 14 years old. So I'm very aware of it, and I wanted to talk about my experience and my journey. I've actually had the opportunity to partner up with Facil, which is this really chic, really beautiful spa slash dermatologist slash beauty boutique, and they invited me in to get Botox and share and talk about my journey. So I'm super thankful for them. If you are in the LA area, they have a location in West Hollywood and they have a location in Pasadena, and I went to the Pasadena one, and I just totally recommend you guys visiting. It was literally Instagram goals, which isn't my vibe per se. Like, I don't judge places by being like Instagram worthy, but this place was really chic, really cool. I just felt super comfortable, so I wanted to talk about it. So if you want to know about my experience with Botox, preventative Botox, then keep watching. Preface that I want this video to be educational and informational for you babes. I definitely didn't find any videos out there that were by girls like me. I'm not a big like cake out my face, beauty, glam, beat face type of chick. I love easy beauty. I love natural beauty. And I didn't find a girl out there that was really talking about it. So I wanted this video to be that for you babes, because I'm going to be honest with you, I judged people mad hard who got it. I'd even judged my mom. She would get it. I just kind of thought it was one of those things that people would get because they want to be forever young, hide the beauty of wrinkles, like laugh lines. I think there's beauty in wrinkles, and I also want to prove that you could do Botox very tastefully. We all have the right to our body. We all have the right to do what we want to do, and I don't want this video to be a place where people judge each other. You know, it's our body, our choice, and I just want this to be totally informational. I actually reached out to my followers on Instagram to ask me questions about Botox, any questions they wanted. So I have questions from babes that have never done Botox before. So I'm super thankful that Dr. Lena at Facil answered all these questions for us to, you know, help them get more comfortable and ease them in. Really informational. So yeah, I just want this video to be informational, educational, and again, talk about my journey and kind of just change the perspective about Botox that, you know, somebody like me who is very into wellness, who's into feeling well, eating healthy, doing her best, that sometimes a little Botox doesn't hurt. It's your body and your choice. So let's get to it. I'm 28 years old. Like I said, if you asked me 10 years ago if I would have ever gotten Botox, I would have said, hell no. I'm never going to inject anything into my face and alter it. But within the last 10 years, I've experienced adult acne. It's really interesting how something physical can really give you no confidence at all. And I'm quite confident, but I remember just like hiding my skin like this because it really bothered me. And then I started to get unwanted wrinkles. I love wrinkles. I think they're beautiful. I love laugh lines. I don't mind any wrinkles around the eye, but I started to get furrowed brows. So So that's when you hold a lot of tension in your brows and you're pretty much kind of squinting and it looks like you're mad mugging somebody, like you look mean, and I just didn't like that. I never had that before. I never had that in high school. Like I said, I was like wrinkle free, judged my mom mad hard for getting Botox, and I'm growing up, I'm changing, I'm evolving. I have wrinkles in places that I didn't know I could get wrinkles in. And so it was those which are like 11s or furrowed brows that bothered me to the point where I would even face tune it out of photos. I just didn't like the creasing, and found out there's a thing called preventative Botox that some girls in their 20s get, and that just helps the muscle relax, and in time it prevents the muscle from tensing up as much. So through time with more Botox, it's supposed to relax the muscle more, and I like that. So I first got it last February 2017 was the first time I got it. I was 27. I did a very conservative amount, and then a couple months later in July I did a bit more, and then this last treatment I did was in December. So I've done it 3 times already, and I just really enjoyed it. I liked not having resting bitch face after it was done. Again, this isn't something that I think is must have necessary. I don't know how long I'm gonna do it for the rest of my life, how often I'm gonna go. I'm still experimenting with it, still figuring it out. But in the meantime, I like not having furrowed brows. I like not squinting and looking mean. I just think it looks nice. It's kind of like getting gel manicure, microblading your brows, just little things that people do to upkeep laser hair removal. I find a little bit of Botox is along the lines of that. I don't think you need to go super crazy and super stiffen out your face. Some people do, but that's not me. I definitely just love a little bit, and I think it's great. So that's why I wanted to share. I do get Botox. I get it on the 11th furrowed brows. It doesn't really hurt per se. I do have a high pain tolerance to needles. I don't really flinch when I get blood work, when I get shots. Needles don't freak me out. I don't pass out from needles, so I think that's pretty cool. So it didn't really hurt me. It definitely felt like something was being injected into my forehead. There was a little bit of bleeding and really no pain. I'm going to be answering more questions about like how does it feel and all that, downtime and everything. So keep watching this video, but I just kind of wanted to start this video with why I got it. I want to answer these questions that my followers asked, and I'm really thankful that Dr. Lena answered, so you can have my opinion and my experience along with a professional, someone that is certified in giving Botox and administering it. I hope I said that right. So yeah, let's get to it. So first question was actually from my best friend, and it was, did it hurt? And like I said, I have a high pain tolerance, so it really didn't hurt me. I know there's some people that pass out from needles, so if you tell whoever you're gonna go visit, a certified specialist, let them know, because they will do it in a way where you won't see it. So yeah, it doesn't feel like something's in my face, because my best friend was asking, like, does it feel like you have something in your face? I definitely don't feel it at all. I definitely don't feel any tension anymore. So yeah, I really don't feel like there's like a heaviness or there's like slime or anything in my forehead at all. I don't feel that. It felt tight, but I don't feel anything uncomfortable. Like, I don't think there's really a tightness, but you know, if you wash your face and you use a toner and it's like a little bit tight like that, I definitely feel a little bit, but nothing where I'm like, oh my gosh, my face is frozen. That's super scary. Not as intense as a nose job, but it does require a medical trained person to administer it. So I definitely wanted to give you guys really useful, important answers that can help you decide if Botox is right for you. What is Botox? So Botox is a man-made drug called botulinum toxin type A, and it has a scary connotation because of toxin, but also botulinum because it actually is a version of botulism, which can poison people and even cause death. That's actually a thing, but in really small doses, it's actually not as harmful as being fully poisoned by Botox. This one is man-made, but in small doses, it is quite safe. Botox is actually used both medically and cosmetically. So medically, it is known to help with twitching. People that have excessive sweating on their hands, it helps with that. Hurt even armpits. Also migraines, it really helps people with migraines. So it actually helps medically as well. And then cosmetically, it is to help reduce wrinkles. Right here in the middle, which are the 11s, which are the furrowed brows. You can also do it on your forehead and crow's feet. And there's other places on your body that you can do it that are medically approved. I only get it in between my brows. I haven't done anywhere else yet. So yeah, that's what you use Botox for, to calm the muscle. Next question I had is, how does Botox actually work? So it's quite interesting. When Botox is injected, what it does is it attaches itself to receptors in the muscle. So your brows, your forehead, your crow's feet, and any other specific medically approved area that Botox is injected into. And it actually causes the muscle to contract. Ultimately, it actually paralyzes the muscle, which sounds quite scary. But when you're paralyzing the muscle, it allows your muscle to lay flat and not wrinkle. Like I said, I hold a lot of tension in my forehead, so it causes that middle muscle to relax and not move as much as it would have without it. It stops the communication from your brain to your muscles to just kind of let the muscle sit, let the muscle rest and relax. And it lasts about 3 to 6 months. I definitely noticed my Botox lasting about 3 to 6 months. And yeah, just ultimately just helps those muscles relax, and in my case, prevents that resting bitch face. The question I got was, what's a good age to start? And Dr. Lena did say that the FDA actually approved Botox from ages 18 to 65, so people can start as young as 18 and go up and, you know, maybe start when they're 40. So it kind of depends, but ultimately she said this is personal preference. There's no person that is going to tell you, oh my gosh, you need Botox. Definitely don't listen to them. Listen to your body. If your wrinkles bother you, yeah, look into it, but definitely don't go off somebody that's telling you what to do. This is all a personal preference. There is no proper exact time to do it. It's all based on your comfort level when you want to do it. So be mindful. There's no perfect age to start, just when you're ready and when you want to do it. Another question, which I think is really more of the serious questions, especially one of the most important questions for me, was what are the potential side effects? For me, I got some bumps and swelling at the injection site of when the Botox was injected. It looks like hives, looks like welts, but with ice, because your doctor should give you some ice post Botox. It'll go away within 5 minutes. It went away within 5 minutes for me. I also got a slight headache, but for me it reminded me of like a PMS headache. When my period's coming, I'll get like a slight dull headache, and Tylenol totally cuts it. It totally felt like that type of headache. Nothing crazy, nothing, not a migraine, not like a complete tension headache or anything like that. It was just like a very slight dull headache. I had a friend once, I did have a friend tell me that she got Botox and her tongue swelled, so that's more of a serious side effect. And I told Dr. Lena, and she had said if that happens, like, she definitely doesn't recommend you getting Botox again. But we have different bodies, different genetics, different DNA, so Botox is going to affect us all differently. Best case scenario, it's really not going to affect you. You're just going to get the bumps like I did, maybe a little headache, but headaches, bruising at the injection site, eyelid drooping can happen, but Dr. Lena told me that it depends on where the doctor injected you. So if they inject you in like the wrong spot, it can cause a little eyebrow drooping. You can get flu-like symptoms, a rash, hives. So yeah, those are the side effects, that common side effects that have happened. So just be mindful of that. I definitely recommend bringing somebody with you if you're gonna get Botox. So in case anything happens, I don't think anything's gonna happen, but you guys got to be aware, do your research. Another question I got was, do I prep for Botox? And no, you don't have to prep. But Dr. Lena did tell me if you are on blood thinners, be careful with that. If it's just like aspirin, don't take it. But definitely talk to your doctor about getting, you know, if it's okay for you to be off blood thinners so you can get Botox. So definitely consult your doctor about that. But you definitely don't want to be on blood thinners. If it's not so serious and you're on fish oil is actually a supplement that thins the blood. So even though it's not a medical prescription or medically even if it's not a specific drug prescription, fish oil actually acts like a blood thinner. So be careful with that. And another tip she said was maybe not drinking a lot of alcohol before you get it, because that also thins the blood as well. Question is, how many units should I get? And that is a completely personal preference. The spectrum of units ranges from 5 to 25 units. 25 units is a full face of Botox. 5 units is very slight, like the baby Botox. But Dr. Lena said it's recommended you speak to whoever you're gonna go see, the specialist, the doctor, whoever is certified in Botox, and definitely go for a consultation and get a recommendation. Share your concerns and let them give their professional expertise on where to get it. So first time I got it, I was at 10 units, very conservative. Then I bumped it up to 13 units, and then now I'm at 15 units. So start small, you guys. Do the little bit. See if you like it. If you don't really notice anything different, you can always bump it up. I know Dr. Lena was so great if, let's say, the amount of units that she injected wasn't enough for you, they can touch it up and fix it. So I think that's awesome if you find a doctor that can touch it up and give you the perfect amount. So the next question I got was, what is the healing process? And there's really no healing process, although every time I've gotten it, the doctors did say don't do any physical exercise for that day. So be mindful of that. You don't want to work out after you get it done. I don't know for what reason, but they said not to do it, so I didn't do it. And you don't want to massage the area in. Let the Botox infuse naturally. Don't touch it, kind of just let it do its thing. So really minimal healing, just kind of let the Botox do its thing. I remember I got Botox done the second time and I did feel a bump and it kind of made me nervous. I got paranoid, like, oh my gosh, I feel it. So I did rub it in. Definitely don't rub it in, but nothing bad happened to me when I did it. So that can happen. We can kind of feel a little bit of a ball. But when I spoke to Dr. Lena, she did say that it could have been the solvent that the last doctor used on me. Like it didn't, you know, infuse all the way properly. So don't need to worry about that. But yeah, just a heads up. The question I got is, when will it not look natural? And like I said, I do Botox in a very natural way. I don't want you guys to be scared and fearful that you're gonna look super scary and plastic and doll-like. But when that happens when you have way too much Botox. Like I said, the general amount of units is 5 to 25. So anything above 25 units, be mindful, you might look scary. So yeah, it just depends on how many units, but if you do too many units, that is a sure guarantee that it's gonna look unnatural. That's a thing. And then another thing is also if your provider doesn't inject it properly. So if you don't find a well-trained specialist, it can cause issues and cause, you know, cause your Botox to look unnatural. So definitely recommend you finding somebody that can, you know, do it properly. Great tip is to look at their portfolio, look at their work, see what they've done. So yeah, those are easy ways that your Botox won't look natural, but I'm telling you guys, I do it to look very natural. I still have other forehead wrinkles because, you know, beauty of the face, but I've only done Botox here and it's very natural to me and nobody really notices it. So best way to keep it natural, do a little bit. Another question is, does it leave your face feeling stiff? Well, not your entire face. Like I said, I feel like a slight stiffness here. Nothing uncomfortable, nothing weird, nothing annoying. But you'll feel stiff if, again, you put too many units, if you have too many units injected into your face. So that is a surefire way to feel stiff and it to look unnatural. If you have too many units, again, placed improperly, and too many units will definitely cause a stiffness in your face. Next question is, how often should I get it? Again, this is all personal preference and it all depends on how many units you get. I'm averaging about 5 to 6 months with my Botox. So yeah, just to kind of depends on how much you're getting. I'm sure a little bit, you might have to go a little bit sooner, or it depends on your body, you might have to go sooner, but yeah, I'm averaging about 6 months, so about twice a year. Another great question is the best tip on finding the right Botox person. So definitely a great tip is referral. So I'm telling you guys, if you're in the LA area, definitely visit Facil. You want to go in for a consultation. You want to speak to the specialist and tell them like what you want, what you're uncomfortable with, because they'll be able to assess your face, suggest the right amount of units, suggest, you know, recommend other units. They'll be able to tell how tense your muscles are. Dr. Lena was so great. She was like very thorough. The whole studio, the whole facility was clean and chic, and I just felt really comfortable. Dr. Lena did say a good tip that when you go to a studio, definitely go for the consultation so you can feel the vibe, see if you're comfortable with the person, the doctor that is going to be administrating your Botox, because you want to feel comfortable. Look at their portfolio. Best tip though is going referral, word of mouth. So reach out to your friends, family, others that have gotten Botox. Maybe your parents been getting Botox, go to their person. So you definitely want to go with people you feel really comfortable with. But I'm telling you guys, Facil was amazing. Aesthetic goals, like the interior was just goals and just inspiring. I really enjoyed being there. I actually got inspiration for my room. So their interior was great. Their service was great. My experience was great. So yeah, definitely word of mouth. This isn't something that you want to find off Yelp per se, and this is not something you want to do based on a Groupon discount. I know we might want to save money on this, but I'm telling you guys, even Lena was just really serious about, like, you don't want to do this at a discounted rate. You don't want to go to somebody's house and do this. Trust your gut, trust the vibe you get from the doctor. Your gut knows, and don't just do something if you don't feel comfortable. So that's a great question, very important question. Next question was, how much does it cost? It depends on who you're visiting and where you're going, but just to circle back on the Groupon thing, like, I know we're trying to save money, but this is going to be something you want to pass on, those discounts for this type of service. You definitely want to go to a trained professional. You definitely want to do it right and properly. The range for Botox is between $11 and $15, and so I got 15 units. So the budget, depending on that rate per unit, can range between $110 to $300. So at Facil it was $15 a unit. So an average just for the 15 units was $300. So that is a good little tip for you. So that's kind of like the price range you're going to be seeing when you go find somebody that does Botox. So the more units you get, the more expensive it will be. So that's it for all the questions. Super thankful for the babes that asked so I could help you guys out and help anybody else out that is curious about Botox, that wants to do it but is apprehensive and scared, because I was that girl. I was super apprehensive. I was super scared, but I'm into it. I definitely don't know if I'm going to be doing this like all the time, but if you want to experiment with it and you've done your research, I say go for it. Try it out, see if you like it. It is going to wear off. This thing isn't permanent. It doesn't last forever. So I'd say try it out and experiment with it. Again, consult your doctor and find out if this is right for you. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you have any more questions, be sure to comment them below and I will get them answered for you, babes. But yeah, I will let you go and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.